Hello, hello. I really feel like I need to be smart next year and plan myself a little bit of time to eat lunch. How about that? Huh? Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Feels like an all-day event. It is an all-day event. Hi, howdy ho. Say hello, everybody. Okay, so we are on the 11 o'clock a.m. crochet play. This play is where we're going to expand back on the round we did, or the play that we did at 8 a.m. So we're going back down to our work that's on our that was just on a loop, was on hold. So we're going back down. We're going to hit that. So I don't have a helper in here as far as to ask questions. So I'm going to do the best I can, y'all. I'm going to do the best I can. Let me plug in my headphones so that way I don't blow you guys out of the water. Hi guys. So many of you are here. It's interesting, you know, as these videos happen, there's a lot of you that join me right at the start, and then as it goes on, you start falling off a little bit, and that's okay because I know you can come back and watch it again later. So you guys, y'all can hear me all right? In the chat room, give me a thumbs up. While you're doing that, please go ahead and smash that like button, because we want to make sure that that like button is smashed as much as we possibly can. Love it when you smash the like button. Hi, Wanda and Sonia, and Monica and Debbie, Tiffany, Chantel, Jeannie, Cindy, Donna, Julie, Crafty Ferret Mama. So many of you here. Hello and welcome. I'm hoping that some of my moderators will pop in over here, because it's apparently we've been getting some spam. So I'm hoping we don't get any of that, because I'm going to be crocheting, so I won't be able to watch too closely, but we'll see. Okay, so you have hopefully pulled up your play for the 11 o'clock hour. I will do a share screen real quickly, and we are just doing the crocheters right now. The knitters, you should be good to go for this next clue or the next play. I keep wanting to call them clues. I'm so used to Turkey Trot or close to Tournament of Stitches and all that stuff. Okay. Are we supposed to fasten off at the end of 10 a.m. clue? Yes. Once you have seamed it to the piece itself, you fasten that off, and you are done with the 10 a.m. So we're back to 11 o'clock. All right, so I'm doing a share screen. You should hopefully see the screen. This is the main page you are going to every hour. So I'm just going to take a minute and scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, where hopefully we will see the 11 o'clock hour bolded out. Perfect. 11 o'clock crochet, 11 o'clock knit. We're going to click on the crochet. That should take us to the 11 a.m. play. Nothing changed up in here, guys. So all of this is the same information. This is where you are right now. If you don't know, this is the video you're watching right now. And here we are at the 10 a.m. play. All right, so we're working with the loop you put on hold after the 8 a.m. play. And we're going to continue as follows. We're going to use 2 colors. And if you are familiar with mosaic crochet, this is very similar to that. As a matter of fact, I would say it's identical to that. We're going to change things up just a little bit here, but that's what we're going to establish here. If you've never done it before, it's okay. I will hold your hand and we're going to work on this together. So we are going to start off here at round 4A. And here's a quick little tip. Whenever it says A, you'll be using color A. Whenever it says B, you'll be using color B. All right, that's throughout the rest of the pattern for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and turn on my video over here, start video. Okay, so I know for some of you it's hard to see this split screen, so I'm gonna mute myself here. And I'll turn on my audio from my phone. So hopefully you can hear me just fine. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you can hear me. All right. Oh, so many guesses. Don't forget to put your guesses in the comments from the 10 a.m. hour. That is where you're supposed to add those for sure. Oh, excuse me, so nice to have all of you here. Hi, hi, hi. All right, y'all. Forgive me if there happens to be any spammers in the chat. I'll do my best to click over and see. Hopefully one of my moderators will pop in and help me keep an eye out, but just ignore them if they happen to come over. Okay, thank you for the thumb up, Miss Condor. Okay, so here's where I am. I went ahead and took off the piece that I did at 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. So that way, because I'm using a smaller amount of stitches, I didn't want it to confuse anybody. Okay, so I am back to where I left off after 8 a.m. Okay, so I'm getting ready to start round 4A. So I still have color A on my hook, and I begin with a chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the beginning chain is chain 2, and then we have a chain 3. And I want you to know that chain 2 does not count as a stitch. Remember I said now and throughout, we're not going to count that as a stitch. Now the instructions tell you you're going to skip 2 half double crochets, and then we're going to double crochet in the 3rd loop of the next 3 half doubles. So we'll yarn over our hook, skip 2. So skip 1, skip 2, and then going into the 3rd loop, just like we did before, we're going to double crochet. And we'll do that into 3 stitches. Okay. Now it says we're going to chain 3. And we will then repeat from star, ending at star star. So we will skip 2 half doubles and then put a double in the 3rd loop of the next 3 half doubles. So yarn over, working into the 3rd loop. Here we go again. Chain 3. Skip 2, double crochet in the 3rd loop of the next 3. Chain 3. And you will do this obviously around your, I think you have 80 stitches. I don't have that many. So you're just going to work this all the way around. Skip 2, double crochet in the 3rd loop of the next 3. So we'll do this till we get all the way to the end of the round. Skip 2, and then in the next 3. Oops. 1. Oh, I hate it when I split. Let me do it again. I'm sorry. I know I'm off a frame. Give me just a second. Just need to get through this. I think I'm 1 short because remember I didn't count. So I'm just going to make 1 there. Okay. All right. So there's my 3. This time I'm going to join with a slip stitch into the 2nd chain. So I'll just go into the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull that loop through. Now I'm going to pause here. So I just finished with color A, and I'm getting ready to start with color B.
So on this last pull through of join with the slip stitch, I actually want to pull through with my color B, not my color A. So I'm going to go ahead and undo that one. Go into the chain. I will leave my color A attached. You'll leave them attached the whole time. Grab your color B. Join with color B. Okay, so just let color A just hang out there. All right. So now we're going to do round 4B. B as in we're doing color B. The other thing is it takes 2 rounds of what we're doing to complete 1 full round. That's why it's not this is 4, this is 5. It's 4A, 4B. Okay. So we start off with the chain 2. Does that count as a stitch, everybody? I know you've been watching with me. Does that count as a stitch? No, it does not. So even though it is not written in the pattern at this point, earlier on, we said the chain 2 does not count as a stitch now and throughout. So this does not count as a stitch, which means when the instructions say double crochet in the 3rd loop of the next 2 half double crochets, it'll be the one right here and right here, the 2 that we skipped. So I yarn over, I'm going to go into the 3rd loop, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now I want to show you 2 different things here. In normal mosaic, you would do it in this way, where you don't trap these chains. I'm going to give you a choice. You can make what we're making without trapping the chains, and it would be fine, but it would be suggested, it was suggested, and that's why it's in the pattern, that we are going to trap those chains. So when I go in, instead of working in front of the chains, I could trap them. And what that's going to do is just going to make the inside of my work a little bit more clean. Nothing can snag on it. Now, what I don't like about this, I feel like if the chains kind of pop through, is it going to make a huge difference? No. And when I say pop through, I mean the color. It doesn't make a huge difference. It just isn't as clean as I like. So I will leave it up to you. Whatever you decide to do, keep it consistent. So if you're going to work around the chains, that's how you do it. Then you chain 4. Skip all those ones you just did. Come over here to the 2 that you skipped. 3rd loop. And if you're not going to work around the chains, you'll work in front of them to complete your double. You decide what you want to do. Totally up to you. It doesn't make much of a difference either way, but I want to give you that option. But can you see how it just looks a little bit cleaner? I don't know. It's not that big of a deal, but, and this is it. This is what you have to do. So you would chain 4, come over here to the 2 you skipped, decide if you're going to go in front or around the chains and create them. When you get back here, you'll join with the slip stitch into the top of that double crochet there. And when you yarn over and pull through, you're going to yarn over and pull through with your color A. So your color A will be on your hook and ready to go for the 12 o'clock play. All right, so I'm going to pause here and go back and see if anybody has any questions.
All right, I'm over here now. How we doing? How we doing? Scrolling through. Oh, Tiffany says she ended with 2 double crochets as well. She just added another one like I did. You know what? I mean, why undo things? Just fudge it at that point. Just kind of add one in. It's not going to show up. It's going to be just fine. So, I mean, that's the perfect thing to do. It's going to be pretty, Donna says. I hope so. So here's something you know what? I should have mentioned this at the start. When you start your colors here, if you're working with one of the yarns, well, maybe the two colors are similar enough that they have a lot of gray and then a light shade. Try and make it so that the grays are never side by side with one another. You want to make sure you always have a color and a gray. Otherwise, you'll have a couple rows or rounds in there where you won't see any of the color work you're doing because it'll be all gray. So you want to make sure you have that mixed up. Even if you're working on your piece and it's like, you know what, I don't like how this is, you know, maybe coming up, maybe I have to cut my yarn and rejoin it to get a different color. You can absolutely do that. But that's one thing I probably should have pointed out at the start to all of you, but there's that. Was I still on split screen the whole time, you guys? Was I on split screen the whole time? I thought I muted myself. I thought I was on the other. Anybody? If I was on split screen the whole time, I'm sorry. I thought I was just on one. So I apologize. I don't want to go back and redo it. Hopefully it would work. I am really loving and appreciate these lives. Good. I'm happy. That is a design element. Julia, absolutely. Anytime you have to tweak something to make it work for you, it's a design element. It's fine. Nobody's ever going to look at your project that much and be like, oh, look, you have a little mistake right here. You have one too many stitches on that round. No. And if they do, just tell them to get a life. So I'm sorry I was on split screen the whole time, guys. I actually thought I was just on the one screen. So I apologize. I did not know. I apologize profusely. I didn't know. So let's see here. I was in the other videos too. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. It's a little weird when you go live here on video with the two screens like this. It's a little tricky. So I apologize. I was trying to get it to where it was just one screen. Oh, well, hopefully it worked enough to where you can figure out what we're doing. Okay. The third loop is just like the half double crochet back post. No, a post stitch is where you would actually be working around the post of the half double crochet. For the half double crochet, the third loop or the third loop of any stitch, it's you know when you do the chains and you have the two top of the chains and then one that kind of comes down here, it's like I call it the butt of the stitch. That's actually your third loop when you're working the third loop all the way around. It's the butt of the stitch. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me. It's 11:22. I'm going to let you go on, finish this, and be ready for the 12 o'clock. I have the 12 o'clock ready to go. I've got to do a live for the knitters and the crocheters at 12 o'clock. I'm hoping the crocheters, you guys will get by pretty quickly because it's very similar to what we just did. So it should be a really quick transition in. So I'll do crocheters first, and then I will go live with the knitters right after that because the knitters are actually, you know what? No. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with the crocheters first, and then I'll go live with the knitters. So that way they get some love as well. Cause it's time for them to move beyond garter stitch. The whole project is not garter stitch, knitters, if you're even here. So it will be good. I promise. Wanda says, I want to start drinking now. You'll be good. You'll be good. You'll be too good. It's all going to be great. All right. I hope you guys are loving this piece. Make sure you have smashed that like button, everybody. Make sure you smash that like button. That helps me tremendously here on YouTube. And when you leave comments here on YouTube, also not just in the chat, but in the videos after they go live, that helps a ton as well. So, how about this in the comments for the 11 o'clock hour? How many of you are thinking about what you need to, like, what kind of food you need to make for the Super Bowl? Like, what are you going to have? So I'll have that question a couple times in a couple different videos as we're moving along. So I want to know, like, what is your favorite football watching snack? And if you don't watch football or you watch some other sport or whatever it is, what's your favorite snack? Leave it in the comments of the video after this video ends. And that would be awesome. All right, guys, good luck. You're doing a great job. Don't forget to post your questions and your progress pictures in the 11 o'clock thread over in the Marley's Minions Facebook group. If you're not part of the group, make sure you answer all of the questions so that we can enter you into the group. We try and make sure that we don't get any spammers. So it's very important you answer all the questions, especially the very last one about reading all of the rules. All right, that's it for me, guys. Bye.